I still get jealous. Oh, hey, everybody, I didn't see you there. Welcome to your Chess Daily Puzzle. We're going to solve this mate in 2 on February 1st. I've never seen the position before. Immediately, you have to consider the checks, captures, queen attacks, tempo moves. Of course, we consider queen h6 check, too many options. Queen takes f7, likely not to move. Okay, bishop to d6 is obviously the move here. And if the king moves, that's a mate in 1. So, what are we doing here? Why? I bet you're wondering why I called you here. Well, let me tell you. We're going to be solving chess daily puzzles together. Some quick 60 to 90 second videos. We're going to dive into critical and tough positions as the week goes on. Our daily puzzles on Chess.com get a little harder. And you will be inside the world of an international master's head. A scary place, I know. But while you're in there, we're going to be taking a little journey on how do we solve tough positions, what is the process of both considering and then eliminating candidate moves, how can we solve tough positions and consider forcing tempo moves. Well, there's a general hierarchy. Look at that, I just drew a pyramid. There's a general hierarchy when you're solving chess positions, and this is actually a very useful practical tip, #pro tip, for you to apply in your own games. And it's something that strong players use immediately when they're solving positions that they've been given. You have a huge advantage when you've been given a position. You know that there must be an answer, or it wouldn't be in front of you. So there's generally this sort of hierarchy of how we consider moves. You almost always start with all the checks because mentally, especially when there's a king in danger, we're able to quickly recognize that there's probably a check. But how do we eliminate moves if it seems like there's so many options? Usually the best piece of advice is you want to eliminate moves based on how many options does it leave your opponent. I'll say that again. Often, even in a real game, when you're developing an attack and there's a numerous candidate moves and you're trying to take advantage of different weaknesses, you should start with the moves that leave your opponent with the least amount of replies, least amount of options, because that's a forcing move, and likely that allows you to continue to calculate, because as long as you're considering that there's only limited responses from your opponent, that's allowing you to sort of control the game and the direction of the position. So I eliminated queen h6 check because I saw rook g7, queen g7, king e7, so many moves. I kind of quickly, intuitively, you might come back to a move like that, but I eliminated it because too many options. Queen takes f7, unless you see an immediate follow-up, you're going to eliminate that check because you don't want to get the queens off the board. So naturally, bishop to d6 check is the next check you consider. Knight e6 check's kind of the same thing as far as eliminating it because there's just too many responses. King e8, king e7. And so that's why I consider bishop to d6 check, and sure enough, of course, the mate in 1 is then obvious. And we do learn something from that, even though it's a very simple mate in 2, because it's a process you can apply to more complex positions. And again, there's a hierarchy in chess. Generally, it's the checks are the most forcing moves. After that are captures, and after that would be something we would call tempo moves, which are moves that are forcefully either attacking major pieces, like with kids you call it checks, captures, queen attacks, because the queen is the only one they recognize as a serious piece they have to move, right? But really it's tempo moves. It's checks, captures, and any move that attacks a more valuable piece with a lesser valuable piece, or you're taking advantage of a hanging piece, a piece that's undefended. So it's not to say that you will always get the right answer just by considering the first check and solve it as quickly as I did this one here. But there is a general approach that you can have to all of these puzzles you're solving over on the Chess.com daily puzzle. And apply to your own games, which is recognizing the weaknesses in your opponent's position is the first step strategically. And after that, allow yourself to consider the most forcing moves one at a time, checks, captures, tempo moves, until you're able to solve the position. And most of the time, it shouldn't take you long to be on the right track there. So there you go. That's your #pro tip for the day and your #daily puzzle here on Super Bowl Sunday. This is the February 1st Chess.com daily puzzle, which you can click right here. There you go, that little annotation. Go solve it yourself. Of course, you already know the answer. And I will see you tomorrow for your next Chess.com daily puzzle.